Hey everybody, War Wizard here. Today I wanted to talk about um, Mortal Kombat 1, what I think about it, um, what I like, what I don't like. So basically, my review of the game. So to start off, the campaign, or the story mode, I really, really liked the story mode. It was probably the most entertaining story mode we've gotten in Mortal Kombat ever. I mean, the fight scenes in the cutscenes and stuff were really fun to watch. I really liked the direction they went with the story. I'm trying not to spoil too much for people who haven't beat it yet, but I really liked the new take on all the characters. I like the origin stories of Raiden. Seeing a mortal young Raiden is really cool. I kind of wish Kung Lao got more love in the story mode. I don't know. It's just weird to me that Liu Kang and Kung Lao were best friends, but then he's not gonna make Kung Lao the new champion or whatever. I don't know. I have a couple gripes about the story mode. Spoiler, if you don't want to hear this, fast forward a little bit or click away or whatever. But no, Onaga not being the main boss kind of disappointed me. They were teasing it, showing signs of the Dragon King's army and stuff like that. And then him not ending up being in the game was kind of a letdown. Also, Megan Fox's voice as Natara, even though, I guess she didn't have that many speaking lines, but it was enough to where when she did say something, it kind of took me out of the game. It took me out of the moment, because it's so dull, lazy, you can just tell she phoned it in and didn't really care. She looks great. She looks fantastic as Natara, but her voice acting was just... I was hoping it was going to be better than Ronda Rousey's. Because Ronda Rousey, she's not an actress. Megan Fox is an actress. Maybe not the best actress in the world, but I thought it would at least be better than Ronda Rousey. But, I mean, they're both about the same. They're just not very good. I really hope, at this point, NetherRealm either hires better celebrities to do voice acting, or just completely stop using top tier celebrities to voice, their certain characters. It's just not. They both sucked, but at least Megan Fox looks good as Natara. For some reason, Ronda Rousey's face as Sonya in MK11 looked just off. It looked really weird. So at least Natara looks good. But yeah, Megan Fox just phoned it in. It really took you out of the story, to me anyway. I know she's getting a lot of hate for it, and rightfully so, honestly. She is a professional actor. There's not really any excuse to have a performance that bad. It's just really, really lazy. Those are my only two big gripes without spoiling too much. Also, the thing about Raiden, even though I loved him, loved his new design and stuff, when he becomes, the next champion or whatever, Liu Kang's chosen one, Liu Kang's like, alright, you're the new chosen one, here's this Elder God medallion, it gives you powers. Raiden's like, oh, cool, just takes it. Doesn't show him how to use it, nothing. He just takes it, and all of a sudden he's able to use it, perfectly. That was a little weird to me. I was like, oh, alright, I mean, it's not the biggest complaint in the world, but I just thought that was a little weird. I liked that Baraka and Reptile and Ashura got their time to shine, especially Baraka and Reptile. because Baraka and Reptile usually in NRS games are just jobbers who get wrecked constantly. So it was cool to see them get their time to shine finally. I like Liu Kang as the protector of Earthrealm, as the new like demigod, because in my opinion it was really cool that, you know, he's been saying for the past 3 NRS games that he would do a better job than Raiden, and he kind of is. I don't want to spoil too much, but he kind of does do a better job. I'm not saying Raiden did a horrible job. He was trying to do the best he could, you know, and Kronika was against him and all that. But I really like the new direction it's going in. The twist, I don't want to give it away, but the twist is really good. When I first seen the trailers, you know, and I seen Kronika was back, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, oh god, Kronika. But it actually ends up being pretty cool, because I am not a fan of Kronika. It does feel like there's not a true, like, final boss. You know, Mortal Kombat's known for having a final boss that's really tough to beat. This one, it's not really a final boss. You'll just have to play and see it. Now on to the next part, the gameplay. I love the gameplay of this game. It's such a huge step forward from Mortal Kombat 11. As you guys know, I've spoken my mind about it many times. I was not the biggest Mortal Kombat 11 fan. Mortal Kombat 11, gameplay-wise, was just a letdown. The slower paced, you know, it like, they talked about neutral a lot, right? Like, oh, neutral, footsies. For those of you that don't really know what that is, that's like the space in between where you're not too close and not too far away. Neutral, like no one really has an advantage. They didn't want moves that can break the neutral. That's why they took away Sub-Zero's Ice Clone. But then they give characters like Fujin, Cabal, Jackie tools that completely destroy neutral. They can fly around the map, jump around, do all these stupid jump cancels. They gave characters like Garrus this low sand trap that can hit you from anywhere, that pretty much breaks neutral. You know, they nerfed it, but at launch, Garrus sand trap was pretty busted. I don't want to get too much into MK11, but I just wasn't a big fan of the gameplay. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't like it that much. This gameplay, way better. It's like a mix of MKX and MK11. The combos are so fun to do. The cameos are awesome. The cameos is a good way to bring back people like that you don't really see that often, you know? Like Darius, Shujinko, Striker. It's just a cool way to introduce known characters, and maybe you can't technically play as them, but they still have moves. All the cameos feel way different. You know, like, clearly the easiest one to use is Serena. Everyone's using Serena online. She's the easiest. It's whatever. But then when you start experimenting with other cameos, like, let me give you an example here. You know, you start experimenting with different cameos and find out that they do different things for you, setups and stuff like that. Like, I'll show you Raiden with Serena. I'm guilty of using Serena at first. Because, you know, I didn't really know. But the more I explored the game, the more I found out. So this would be like a typical combo with Serena. Oops, I did the wrong thing. So that's like a Serena combo with Raiden. Yeah, it gets you really good damage. It's super easy. but she doesn't really have any setups outside of these knives that come back. But everyone's starting to learn how to, you know, face it. You just duck under, hit low when the last one comes by, just do a low poke. It's not the greatest setup in the world. It's easy, you know. She has the this that drains your meter, but it's not that awesome because like once you start going into pressure, you kind of push them out. You know, they start getting pushed out of the circle. It doesn't drain fast enough. And then she has this, I don't know, or the forward. Hang on. The forward knife. That's just one projectile. And then she has the kick that you can combo off of in the corner. She's super easy to use and gets lots of damage. That's why you see her so much, but she's not the best cameo by any means. Let me show you my favorite cameo pairing with Raiden is Jax. He gets more damage and probably one of the best setups in the game. So this would be a combo with Jax. So more damage. So I don't even need Serena for the heavy damage. I mean, the execution's a little harder with Jax, but once you get it down, it's way more rewarding than Serena, in my opinion. Oops, I mistimed that. But you get my point. I get more damage with Jax. Look, that was more damage and I dropped it than Serena. But also, and this is another reason why I love Jax, his unblockable setup. So after you knock him down, you do that, you know. $41 damage off of an unblockable setup. And how that would work is, let's see you're in the final hit of the combo, you do this, call Jackson, and it becomes, you know, something like this. It's just, cameos are so cool in this game. People are finding out a lot of good stuff. Jax, Cyrax, they're really good cameos because they add damage, especially for certain characters like Baraka and Cyrax together. Crazy combination. They do a ton of chip, gives Baraka a ton of combo damage, and he has setups. He makes Cyrax makes unsafe things safe. So like this. Oh, wait, nope. I'm doing the wrong thing. So that move is unsafe for pressure. Like say someone's blocking and I try to do this to get some chip. It's unsafe on block. They can full combo punish me if I do that. But if I do this move and have Cyrax as my cameo, it makes it safe. It makes more pressure. So the cameos are really cool. They extend combos. They give you setups. They make some characters that would otherwise be kind of bad, they make them really good. And like some characters get crazy stuff off of cameos. Like Liu Kang with a Kung Lao cameo, he can get a full combo off his back throw with Kung Lao cameo. Kung Lao also can combo off of hit. Hang on, let me. It'd be easier to show you because I can't remember the name of it. But with Darius, even though I don't really use Darius, so this move with Kung Lao throws you backwards. That's about it. But with Darius, oh, oops, I mistimed it. With Darius, okay, I missed timing it. But anyway, you get the idea. This move with Darius does that. And if you time it right, which I am not doing, I do not use Darius at all. I've just seen other people do this. But if you time it just right, you get a full combo off that. um, with Daria's cameo. So like you get all these cool things with all these cameos, you know, like Kung Lao with Goro, he can combo off his overhead in low startups, which he normally can't. Uh, he can also do it with his Kung Lao cameo. You just get all these sorts of, you know, mix-up tools and pressure tools when you add cameos on top of the characters. It's really awesome. I like it. I know a lot of people are on the fence or they just don't like it. The people that don't like it, honestly, are the casuals that aren't even going to take time to be good at the game anyway. So, in my opinion, why are you complaining about it? There's easy cameos like Serena, Frost, Sub-Zero, that you can get combos off of super easy, you know, nothing over the top. But for the people that take time, like I do, or the, you know, pro players take time to be good at the game and learn stuff, the cameos are so awesome. It gives you so much variety. That's another thing about MK11 that I hated. No creativity at all. No variety. Every single good Sub-Zero played the same. Every single good Scorpion player played the same. It was all the same. In this game, not everyone plays the same because, you know, maybe you like Jack's unblockable, you know, combo setup. Maybe you like Cyrax's pressure and chip damage. Maybe you like Sector's missile setup, you know? So everyone, their whole entire playstyle can change based off of the cameo that you pick. So it could be two Raidens going against each other, but one is using Cyrax to make some of his moves safe and for chip damage. The other one could be using Jax for setups and combo extension. So it just adds way more creativity and variety to the game. The gameplay is making me addicted. Kind of like how I was with MKX and MK9. I love playing this game. It's so fun. I mean, I know if you guys catch my live streams, I do rage a little bit. That's just me. You know, I'm trying to get better at that. I'll say, oh, this game is trash. I don't mean it. I'm just pissed off in the moment. But I love the gameplay on this game. The gameplay and the story alone make me want to say this is like one of the best Mortal Kombats ever. But now we get into invasions. The towers is just, you know, your typical classic towers. It is what it is. It's good, you know, if you want to see characters' endings and stuff. But invasions, so it's a good idea, right? On paper, it looks, it's all right. It's fun to go through and unlock things and do all these different encounters and stuff. But like, you can't move the camera very much, which is super annoying. You're constantly... Wow, I just got a trophy. So you have to do these fights, right? And that's all fine and well, but as of right now... So Invasions is a good idea. But they promise all these mini-games and stuff, but the mini-games aren't that great. There's Test Your Might, which gets boring after a while. And then this game mode called Survive, where these projectiles come flying at you. You have to survive the time limit. I don't know if it's a bug or a glitch, but once 6 seconds hit, it doesn't get harder. The projectiles just stop coming, period. So then you're standing there for a good 6-7 seconds doing nothing. You don't even have to move because the projectiles just stop coming at you. Even when the projectiles are coming at you, they don't do enough damage to make you be like, oh gosh, I have to... my friend Geoff, we call him Geoff, his name's Jeffrey, but my friend, he told me that he literally survives them just by standing still. And then another thing about the fights, there's this thing called super armor. Every single opponent has super armor. It's making people not want to play the game, honestly. There should be different objectives. Like, each enemy has something different, like Flame Fist that makes their punches do more damage, or like, you know, Ice Aura or something like that. And they do have it, but they are nowhere near impactful enough besides the super armor. The super armor is every time they do a move, basically, like grab, call cameo, do a special, they have this armor that just eats everything, and there's so much of it, it makes the game extremely annoying. Um, it's a good idea, but it definitely needs a boost. They need to make it so the enemies have different things. Not every single enemy needs super armor. It makes it so boring and stagnant, and it turns a lot of people away after they beat it. They don't want to do it again. I know a lot of people probably aren't even excited for season 2 of Invasions because they know they're just going to have to deal with the super armor. Hopefully not. So we need a mix-up of, you know, the enemies need to do different things. Everyone having super armor just makes the game boring, and just you're trying to do combos and stuff, and they have armor, and it's just super annoying. There's a way to counter it. They flash blue for a second. You get used to it for a while, but I don't know. It's just not. It's not fun. At first, it was like, oh, all right, but then the more you face every single person that has super armor, you're like, all right, this is boring. They need to add more mini games for sure. They need to do something like maybe like I don't know if you guys remember Mortal Kombat 9. They had this the challenge towers, and they had all these different challenges, right? Like there was this one where zombies would come walking at you, and there's different speeds. There's slow, medium, fast. One of them's really fast that comes running at you, and you have to take them all out. They die in one hit, but the timing, you have to get in a rhythm. Boom, 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 take them out. Why don't they make something like that as a mini game, or you know, they just have to. Invasions needs a shot in the arm. Uh, I guess it's technically more fun than the crypt because the crypt you just go in, you spend coins, open chests. Um, but yeah, invasions mode needs a shot in the arm. It's very very boring right now. And like I said, the camera you can't see much, and they say there's like a zoom out. It doesn't work. I mean, I guess this area works, but there's some areas where you're literally stuck in like this view right here, and you can barely see anything. It's hard to see like where the shop is, which way you want to go, and stuff like that. Also, the talismans. Oh my gosh, these things are probably the most annoying thing besides super armor. You get these things that barely do anything. Most people don't even have to use them. Most of the time, you forget they're even there because they don't do that much. But you get them after almost every fight. You're constantly getting them, and you're always running out of room. You're always having to sell them. They need to either reduce the amount you get or make them worthwhile. Like, make them, like, there's one with super armor. That's the only one I really ever use. The rest of them, I've tried a bunch of them. They're not that great. Because they try to make you think, oh, where's the damage chart? Like this damage chart, like, oh, poison takes more damage from cold. So then you have to try to get a cold, talisman or whatever. And it's just, I don't know. They're annoying. They pop up constantly. You have to switch them out. You have to sell them all the time. I found invasion mode really easy. I think I lost maybe one fight, and that was against a boss, and I only lost once. I beat him in the rematch. The bosses should be harder, I feel like, but they should also have counterplay. The super armor needs counterplay. I know everyone's gonna say, oh, when they flash blue, that's when you attack, but it's just, I'm not a fan of it. I was talking to my friends, they hate it. A lot of people online are complaining about it. The super armor it shouldn't be on every single opponent. It just shouldn't. Invasion modes is alright. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, something like that, because it does get boring after a while. The mini games, there's only 2 mini games. They're not very fun. Test Your Might is fun at first, but after a while it's like, okay, can we move on, please? They need to add more mini games. They need to add better rewards. They need to do something with talismans because they are not great. But yeah, that's my thought on Invasions. It's all right. It's not the best. It needs a shot in the arm to be better. Like, just a few additions, and it would be one of the best new modes they've ever done. Another thing I like about MK1 over MK11 is it is way less grindy. You do not have to grind super, super hard to get, this awesome Scorpion skin. You can get different versions of it in both Combat League and, where's that purple one? Is this it? Yeah, I want that purple. Anyway, you get all these different from Invasions and playing Combat League online. It's easy to unlock Brutalities. It's just based off your character level. There's a character and a player level. So if you guys don't know, the player level in the top left where it says 47, that's your player level. That's how you unlock more gear and levels or stages. And then you have a character level. So like, let me see, does it have my character level? No, it doesn't. Mastery. Okay, so now you can see my character level. So I have Raiden at rank 17. That you see down at the bottom all these things you unlock for leveling up. That's how you unlock Brutalities, Fatalities, gear, taunts, stuff like that for your character. So there's a player level, there's a character level. Yeah, so I like that better than MK11. MK11 was just so grindy. But now I feel like, I get stuff just for playing the game. Now here we go into one of my biggest complaints. The online. So they went backwards with the online features. They have Combat League at launch, which is cool. Last in MK11, I think it took like 2 months for them to finally get Combat League. This actually was at launch, I didn't mean to do that. Did not want to look at the leaderboard. I was trying to look at rank rewards, so you can clearly see your rank and all that. All the rewards you get for doing it. But then they completely I don't know what the Warrior Shrine is. It's not here yet. But in casuals, they took away rooms, which is one of their best features. King of the Hill is now not even a real lobby. It's like this... I don't even know how to explain it. You get put into this room, right? And the only way you can see other players is you have to press R2. You can't see anyone's name. There's no chat or anything. You cannot invite friends. You cannot join friends to a public King of the Hill. You have to do a private. Here, I will just join one just to show you guys. Like, MK9 had that really cool one where you can see your avatars down at the bottom watching, and you can, like, throw tomatoes, flip off the screen. MKX, MK11, you had, like, a chat, you can see everyone's name. This one, it's, like, not even a real lobby. It's hard to explain. You'll have to see, but it just looks weird. I'm not a fan. So this is how you look at the players. You have to go to the player list. There's no chat or anything. I'm just not a fan of this.
Reptile.
Like, there's no chat. You can't see people's names on the side. You have to press, the middle pad just to see other players, and then you can't invite anyone. If you go to your friends list, the invite button will be blurred out. And that was one of the things that me and my friends loved doing, was getting into a public King of the Hill match, beating up on other players, chatting while we were waiting our turn and stuff. The fact that they don't have rooms anymore and you can't invite friends to a public King of the Hill match is a huge step backwards. It makes no sense to me why they would do that. Just watching these guys play. This guy has a pretty good repertoire, actually. That Scorpion player's not good. He's just constantly going for spear. Anyway, not a fan of the new King of the Hill system. Just the online in general. I know it's cool that they have Combat League at launch, but people weren't the biggest fans of Combat League because in typical ranked online games, in Combat League, they completely reset every season. You start from, bottom place. Why can't Mortal Kombat do something like Tekken and Street Fighter do, where you have a player rank, but then you also have character rank? Like, let's say I get Raiden to Diamond or something, whatever the highest level is, Elder God. But then my Kung Lao can only be at, like, Warrior, Combatant, Gold, whatever you want to call it. But then my player level, let's say I hit Masters. I should stay at Masters until next season, and then next season I should go down maybe, 1 or 2 classes. It resetting all the way back to 1, and you're having to grind to Elder God every time. It's just, and it gets to the point where not that many people are playing anymore, so it gets easier to hit Elder God. I don't know. Online portion is a huge step backwards from other games. I am not a fan of it. I hope they go back to, bringing rooms back, adding, let us invite people from King of the Hill. It's weird to me that you can't do those things. Especially the King of the Hill thing. Like, why can't you invite friends to a public King of the Hill? And why did they get rid of rooms? Why is there no rooms? I don't know what Warrior Shrine is. It says coming soon. Makes it sound like it's a leaderboard type thing. I don't know. But it has great practice mode features, has great tutorial, the fatality trainer, The shrine is okay because it makes it even less grind heavy because you just put some coins in the thing. And you unlock basically everything if you put enough coins into it. Yeah, like this is fine. It makes it less grind heavy, I guess. But and then collection, that's how you go back and rewatch. Like, oops, I accidentally clicked on Shrine again. But collection is just where you go to view the things you've unlocked, character art, environment art, movies, like end credits and music and stuff like that. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. The stages in Mortal Kombat 1 are some of the best stages in any fighting game ever. Not just Mortal Kombat, but any fighting game ever.
Too many are Cyrax.
Like, where's that one? No. This one.
Temple of
All of them look great. But just like, look at this one. Look at the background. It's so good looking with stuff going on in the background and stuff. Look at these rocks. Watch the rocks bounce when he hits the ground. Or is this not the one? Maybe it's not those rocks. Well, some of the rocks, I don't know when it happens, but the rocks in the background right there, they'll bounce up like when people hit the ground and stuff. It's really cool. Just a good looking stage. Let me show you guys some more.
Reptile is cooler.
But like Sundew at night, I haven't unlocked it yet, but with the fireworks going off in the background, it looks amazing. The Living Forest looks awesome. Both the night and day versions look great. The music also. The music is a huge upgrade in Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 11 and X, the music was kind of blah. but the stages look just so good. They look vibrant and alive. But that was another huge complaint. In MKX, the stages were so ugly. MK11 started getting better looking stages, you know, but Mortal Kombat 1 finally got to where like MK9 was. Like their stages look so good. Mortal Kombat 1 stages look great. They look amazing. So yeah, you know, oh, dropped it. I love the combos, and like I was saying, you know, cameos make all the difference because now you got this low that you usually can't combo off of. It usually does this. But with the right cameo like Goro, now all of a sudden you can combo off of it. And his overhead, you usually can't combo off of it unless you spend meter. But with Goro, you can combo off of it without meter. Also, this string right here, 2-1-2, or 1-2-1, you don't usually get anything off of it. Like, you can't really combo besides like doing a special move like this. But with Goro and Sonya, you can combo off of it. Oh, I did the wrong button. Without using meter. So the cameo system's awesome, the gameplay's awesome, the story's good, stages are amazing, music's amazing, invasions, it's okay. It does, I mean, it does what it needs to, I guess, but it definitely needs more. And then online definitely needs a shot in the arm as well. Like, there's just not enough. There's no rooms, there's no chat, you can't invite friends to King of the Hill. Ranked is pretty bare bones. Oh, also, one thing I didn't talk about is the reward. The quests up here, the rewards and stuff. That's a good way to, you know, get coins and all that. Here's the backgrounds and foregrounds of the player card. So yeah, I would currently give Mortal Kombat 1 an 8, 8.5 out of 10, I think. I'd give it a higher score if Invasion wasn't so bare bones and if online wasn't so bare bones. I'm a big online person. I play Mortal Kombat online all the time, ranked mode, but it just seems so empty. And the fact that I can't really play with friends kind of sucks, unless you have like a ton of friends, you know, that you can fill a King of the Hill lobby. But with me, like, I have friends, but not all of them play Mortal Kombat. Only like 3 of my friends play Mortal Kombat, and so it sucks that you can't join a public King of the Hill, you know, with friends anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1 so far. I love the game. It does need a few things. Content-wise, the gameplay's amazing. I'm glad they made gameplay their main focus, but they definitely, some of the modes need a shot in the arm for sure. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments. And I will see you all next time.